Alright, I'm not exactly sure who it was that told us that this solo raid was gonna be made Privity solo raid, but that was a lie. This is not this girl's solo raid. This is her solo raid. I mean, look at this. Like, look at this. Look. This is crazy. This is some crazy numbers that she's out here putting up in terms of tanking. This girl refused to die. I have never seen a unit that just completely refused to go below 20% HP. This girl is so good here. What I'm trying to say is that out of all of the units that I used, she was the one that impressed me the most. Um, the the Moran team that I had, it didn't really have a lot of damage, but that girl was not dying. She wasn't dying for nothing. She wasn't dying for anything. I'm trying to say that if you have her, you should be using her here because she's super valuable. That being said, yeah, I have been working on this video for I'm not exactly sure how long. I think it's been the past 2 or 3 days. I think it might have been two. It might have been 3 days though. But yeah, I have been working on it, and then I realized I just made the video way too complicated. It was dang near 50 minutes. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to re-record it, make everything super simple, and then I'm going to explain the teams, my criteria for the teams, and why they work the way that they work, and how you should be, using them in this solo raid. Now, with that being, explained, let's go into our first team. All right. So, to start off with, we have Tia and Naga. Normally, I would put Litter there instead of Coco, and this would be normally my main team. But, if you guys aren't familiar with it, this boss... Okay, hold up. My phone was here somewhere. It's in my pocket. Okay, I gotta turn it on vibrate so that doesn't keep making noise. But yeah, this boss has two different options for how you can play it. You can play it the debuff route, or you can play it the number of hits route. The debuff route is the one where you destroy the circle on the left and the left of the screen. In terms of the boss, it would be the boss's right. It's super confusing. There will be an image up on the screen, but yeah, when you destroy that circle, the other, okay, I'm not sure if it's the right or the left. I'm just gonna say the other side. The other side of it makes a debuff that will debuff your attack by 30%. Super annoying. Super annoying. It is like, it is super simple, but it is way more detrimental to you than the rock. Then the other side spawns a rock that there's two ways to deal with the rock. You can either bring a machine gun unit and make it really easy on yourself, because if you even have one machine gun unit, you will be able to easily break it. As long as your team is in full burst and shooting at that thing for at least 3 seconds, the machine gun unit should be able to handle the rest. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, you can either go for the machine gun unit route and go for the number of hits, because that thing needs to be hit 500 times, or you can go for the perfect dodge, like the perfect dodge route, because it can be perfect dodged the same way that you can use noise to perfect dodge the train's green missile things. You can do that same thing with a giant rock thing. So when it launches, what you want to do is you want to pay attention to if you're in, the shooting position, or if you're in the reloading position. If you're in the reloading position, you want your entire team to be in the actually no, not just the entire team. I think it's only the unit that it's targeting. But yeah, you want the unit that it's targeting to be in the shooting position if it was in the reloading position when it launched the giant rock thing. I cannot talk right now, but if it's if you were in the shooting position when it launched, then you want to be in the reloading position and you want to be like taking cover. Anyway, yeah, there's two ways to deal with that. I think it's way easier to just use a machine gun, and also way more consistent to use a machine gun than to try to perfect dodge it. You can very easily, you know, mess up a really good run if you take all that damage to the face. There's no guarantee that it'll kill you, but it'll do a lot of damage. Now, with that being said, this team is built around the debuff route. It's not built around the rock route, so you don't have to worry about dealing with the rock here. But this is built around the debuff route. Like I said, normally it would have litter here, and you may be wondering why would I put litter on this team instead of the bunny team. These two benefit way more from having litter than the bunnies do. That's one. Because as long as Tia has cover, then your entire team is going to be going crazy. These two, Tia can tank and also give the entire team extra damage. Naga heals and gives the entire team extra damage. So they're pretty much tanking, healing, and a bunch of damage, like a crap ton of damage. And when the boss has a core, these two are way better than the bunnies. But for this solo raid, the boss does not have a core, so the bunnies are a lot more valuable. But normally, that's why, because litter can help them a lot, and they're normally just better than the bunnies. So I make this my strongest team. That's why litter is normally on this team. But yeah, obviously, I would have no way to deal with either of them if I put litter on this team. So I put Coco here so I can deal with the debuff route. Because what you want to do is you want to fire on the circle that's on the left side of your screen and take that debuff. And then when the debuff lands, you want to immediately use Coco, or if you can't, then as soon as possible. And then just do a bunch of damage. Tia is here to tank. Make sure that she does not die. Make sure that she has cover. As long as she does not die and she has cover, then you're set. Naga is here because she can handle those 3 circles that you need an electric unit for. Naga can handle those all by herself. Coco is here for cleansing. Oh, and Naga's also here for the support and the heals. And then Alice and Red Hood are both here for a bunch of damage. They have a bunch of piercing, so they can hit the little rock thing that's protruding on the right and the left. And they can also hit the body at the same time if you hit it in the right place. Anyway, with that being said, let's go over to the second team. And here is the team. And normally this team would have a volume right here, because litter would be on this team and Scarlet would be on this team, which you'll see in a second. But yeah, litter, Scarlet, Modernia, Blanc, and Noir are the second team. Litter is just more valuable than volume. I mean, if I have to use Coco here, I might as well just use litter here instead of volume. I mean, it was one or the other. I chose litter. She's just the better option. And then we have Scarlet. Scarlet is here as the the needed electro unit, and she's also just really powerful. So Scarlet's here to deal with those 3 circles. Modernia is here because she absolutely just loves to deal damage off rotation. So she's here to deal damage off rotation. Off rotation means that she's not in the burst cycle rotation, pretty much. Because you want to be bursting with Scarlet and then Noir, because Modernia actually has better damage whenever you don't burst with her. So it's a lot easier to deal high numbers if she's off rotation. So Litter's here for the support and the cover repair. Blanc is here for the support and the HP, I was going to say the HP repair and the healing. Noir is here to complement Blanc so that, Blanc is usable and not only usable every 60 seconds. I can't talk right now, sorry. Scarlet is here to deal with the circles. Modernia is here to deal a bunch of damage off rotation. This team is really good. It's actually the highest damage dealing team that I have among these 5. like I said, if this boss had a core, it would be a completely different story because the amount of core and attack buffs that like these two give is crazy. But this boss does not have a core, so these two are just way more useful. With that being said, let's get over to the third team. The third team is the Last Bullet Fire team. This team is actually the second highest damage. This team actually does the second highest damage out of, you know, the 5. I cannot talk. These ones right here are 5. I said 5. Our number 3. Dude, ignore all of these things right now. I've been trying to edit that video for hours. It's fried my brain a lot. And one of the main reasons why I decided to just completely like re-record it is because it was just taking so freaking long. Anyway, yeah, my brain is a little out of it right now. But yeah, this is the Last Bullet Fire team. A lot of people like to put Dorothy with the bunnies, which is like the worst thing that you can do. It is the worst thing that you can do. They like to put them with Tia and Naga as well. I mean, it's alright, but really, you want, you know, Dorothy with Privity. You want Dorothy with Privity. When I looked at the damage numbers, I'm not sure if I got this on video, but Dorothy was the second highest and Anise was the highest. So, and this team, it all synergizes around Privity. Privity is the center of the team, and Anise and Dorothy are going to be benefiting a bunch from having her. Marciana is going to be really useful, and then Guillotine is just here to deal with the. She's here to deal with the rocks. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, I'll be mentioning this. I'll be mentioning this. For. Oh my god, I can't talk. Hold up. I'll be mentioning this the first time I click in the last 2. But these units are made to deal with the rock. They're not made to deal with any like debuffs. Same with these. And because they're made to deal with the rocks, I have a machine gun on each of them. But yeah, so Privity is going to be enabling the Last Bullet Fired. Dorothy does damage and also decreases CDR whenever she fires her last bullet. So you want her to be firing her last bullet as much as possible for that extra damage and that extra CDR. Anise is going to be dealing a lot of damage as long as she's firing that last bullet. That's what Privity's for, to fire that last bullet a bunch of times. Marciana is going to be healing as long as she's firing that last bullet. That's what Privity's for, to enable her to fire that last bullet a bunch of times. And then Guillotine's here because Sparkling Summer Anise really goes well with other electric units. I see this a bunch of times when people will pair like Anise with like Modernia or like Red Hood or like Alice. I'm like, why? It's like people really do forget that Anise has this part in her kit where she gives electric code allies reload speed and attack 52. I assume that at level 10, hold up. Yeah, see, 55% of attack and 50% increase on reload speed to electric code allies. She really wants to have other electric code allies. Do not put Alice on this team, she'll be wasted. Don't put Modernia on this team, she'll be wasted. Put Guillotine or Scarlet on this team, and because you need a machine gun, just put Guillotine here. She'll benefit from Anise's support, from Privity's support, Dorothy's support, and Marciana's support. She'll be doing a bunch of damage, but not as much as Anise or Dorothy. So, Guillotine's here to deal with the rock. Privity's here to enable the entire team. Anise is here to deal a bunch of damage and also help Guillotine reach those numbers. Dorothy is here to support the team and also deal a bunch of damage, and Marciana is here to be the healer. Every single... Sorry, I keep stuttering. Every single unit on this team is just made around last bullet fired, except for Guillotine. And Guillotine is here because she's being supported by Anise. So it's fine. Moving on to the fourth team. This team also actually wants to go for the rock instead of the debuff. As you can see, I have a machine gun, shotgun, and then like two ARs. We are going to be firing things off like crazy. There's no rocket launchers and there's no snipers here. We will have no trouble hitting those 500. So to reach those 500 shots, we have Ludmilla Winter Owner here. She may seem a little out of place, and she is. She is very much out of place. The boss doesn't really have a core, meaning that she's not nearly as useful as she should be. But this is by far the weakest team of these 5. Moran, when I was using her, I was so impressed by her. Moran tanks like freaking crazy. She just refuses to die. I love it. I love using this unit. I was not expecting to have as much fun using her as I did. But yeah, so we have Moran and Privity here to fill out the electric code requirements. We have Pepper here to fill out the healing for Moran to make sure that, you know, she actually remains healthy. Goodness, again, with the stuttering. We have Ludmilla here to, you know, to help with the rock, and then we have Helm Aquamarine here to help with the CDR. I cannot talk, dude. I need to go to sleep or something. I need to do something because I keep stuttering like left and right. It's crazy. But yeah, Moran is here. She'll be tanking, and she'll also be here for the electric qualifications. Super useful. I like her a lot. She is so useful on this team. By far, I think the most useful. Well, actually, maybe Ludmilla, because she's enabling us to you know, like, beat the rock. But for the most part, it's Moran that like impressed me the most. Pepper is here for the healing. She will heal whenever your units you know, get really low. Ludmilla is here for the rock. Privy's here for damage. Helm is here for the whatchamacallit, the CDR. So yeah, like I said, this team is centered around going against the rock. It's not a debuff oriented team. So do not destroy the circle that is on the right side of the screen. Destroy the circle that is on the left side of the screen. Now, I think that's it for this one. So yeah, let's go into the very last one. This one wasn't too weak, but it also wasn't too strong. But as you can probably tell by the fact that we have Mika here, this is a debuff-oriented team. So hit the circle that is on the left side of the screen and leave the one that's on the right side of the screen alone. Because you're not going to be able to deal with the rock using this team. I mean, you may be able to dodge it using Noise and her taunt, but for the most part, I really wouldn't risk it. But what this team will be doing is we have Noise here for the electric qualifications. She will be able to handle those 3 circles really easily. Then you have Mika here for the debuff. As soon as you get debuffed, you can use her to cleanse. We have Snow White and Maxwell here just to deal a bunch of damage, and then we have Dala here for the CDR. Now you may be noticing a theme, and that is because every single team that I make, like ever, for any sort of content has to have 3 different things. It has to have really good support, it has to have a healer, and it has to have CDR. Every single one of these teams has all of that. They have a healer, they have CDR, and then they have support on top of the damage. So yeah, so this last team isn't the best, but it is definitely not the weakest either. It has a lot of damage because of, you know, Maxwell and Snow White. If you get, you know, really lucky and get either crits, or you can hit like the rock part and the main body at the same time, you can deal a lot of damage with both of them. It's really, really, really nice using these girls for this. And then Noise, obviously, and Noise is just so freaking amazing. I still don't regret not getting her gotcha skin, but she is a hell of a unit. She is an amazing, amazing unit. And that gotcha skin is not worth it. The only thing in that gotcha skin that I thought was even remotely worth the unique tier was her burst. Her burst looks so freaking good. Everything else was kind of lackluster, so I didn't get it. But Noise, she tanks, she heals, she did so much for this team. She taunted. She's the entire reason why we can use these units that really don't have that much sustain. Like if Noise dies, then this team is really just it's screwed. So you're gonna want to have to restart. Goodness, you're gonna want to know when to take cover and when to actually like tank with Noise. With that being said, that's all of the teams that I had. There's nothing, else I really wanted to talk about for this one. I don't believe so. Yeah, so I guess I'll just edit this video real quick. This one should be a really, really easy edit. It's not gonna take me hours like the one that I was attempting to do. This one should take me maybe 30 minutes max. Ooh. And then I'll post it so that you guys can have it for what? Your last day, I think? How much time we got left? A day, yeah. So for your last day and a half, I'll post it for you guys. I have been saving, I just want to add this on to the end. I've been saving my molds and my tickets starting like this event. So I've been saving up these two and these for the past 3 or 4 days, and I will continue to save them up until we get to the anniversary, and then I'll just blow them all on the Pilgrim banner, and then hopefully I can, use the ordinary tickets. I did not mean to press that. I can use the ordinary tickets to get a few copies of a few units that I'm looking for. And then I can use the rainbow ones to get the Pilgrim. Obviously, I'm still going to be going for one of every single unit. Dude, I keep stuttering. It's really pissing me off. But yeah, I'm going to be going for one of every single unit. Like I went for one copy of Privity. I'll be going for one copy of Aid. Which I also find a little diabolical. I find it crazy that they released units like Tove, Leona, Moran, and they were so mid. People skipped them. And Tove, Leona, and Moran are some of the better options for this solo raid. It is hilarious. It is hilarious how they released a bunch of these like fodder units, and now all of a sudden they're like super useful. Which is giving me hope that maybe I will be able to get this frame, because this frame looks freaking amazing. This is such a good looking frame. I love it. Oh my gosh, this frame looks so freaking sick. I love this frame. I have not loved a frame that much since the Nier collab one. And you better believe I'm gonna be using it too. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be using it. And I'm going to be using it with a smile on my face. Hopefully, I do not get knocked out. I really want to stay in that 3%. Please. Goodness. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if not, I appreciate you guys just coming and watching the video. It's been fun. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.